Last year was one of our planet's warmest in modern recorded history. The announcement came from NASA and NOAA today. Welcome back to Techstination. I'm Fred Fishkin. Joining us from NASA is Chief Scientist and Senior Climate Advisor, Dr. Kate Calvin. Hi, Kate.
Hi, thanks for having me.
The latest report is just out. Where did 2022 rank for hottest years on record?
It's 2022, according to NASA data, was tied for the fifth warmest on record. Collectively, the last 9 years have been the warmest since modern record keeping began.
Statistics are one thing. What about the impact on people and society? What are we seeing?
So as temperatures are rising, we're seeing other changes in the Earth system that are impacting our people and ecosystems all around the world. So with increases in temperature, we're seeing declines in Arctic sea ice. We see increases in sea level, which affects our coastal communities. We're seeing changes in extreme events. So we see more heavy precipitation events, more droughts, more heat waves, stronger storms, and more wildfires and longer wildfire season. And these are affecting people all around the world.
Did we learn something new from these latest statistics for 2022? I mean, we've been hearing about the climate change for so many years now. What did these statistics either reinforce or teach us that's new?
So, I mean, what the 2022 statistics show us is that the warming trend is continuing. So last year when we did this update, we said that the last 8 years were the warmest since modern record keeping began. This time it's the last 9 years. The other thing to note is that 2022 is what's called a La Nina year. La Nina years are usually cooler than average, but despite being a La Nina year, we're still finding that it was tied for the fifth warmest. So it's still very, very warm, and that's because of changes in climate change. The trends in warming are continuing.
NASA and NOAA have launched new satellites over the last year. How will they help in understanding what's going on?
So we use the vantage point of space to measure the Earth and study the Earth, so we can see different things. Each satellite is designed to look at something different, and they orbit the planet nearly continuously so that we can see all of the world. So we can see things like changes in vegetation, changes in the massive ice sheets, clouds and precipitation, carbon dioxide, and much more. The most recent satellite that NASA launched, SWOT, which we launched in December, SWOT is the Surface Water and Ocean Topography mission. It's going to measure water running through rivers and lakes, as well as give us more information about how our oceans are circulating. And oceans play a really important role in climate change, and they absorb a lot of heat and carbon, and SWOT will tell us more about those dynamics.
So here we are in 2023, lots of weather stories already in this new year. Your thoughts about the continuing deluge that we're seeing in the West and what we can expect maybe to see this year and beyond?
So climate change is driving more extreme events. So atmospheric rivers like the ones we're experiencing out west right now, they become longer and wider with warming. So we can expect more rainfall around the world and more heavy precipitation events. And what we know from science is that future warming depends on future emissions. So we're seeing continued trends in climate, and we can expect those to change in the future. And how much they change depends on the emissions in the future.
And so the hope is there that this data that you collect from 2022 and before that and beyond that, that can make a difference in the actions that we're taking on the planet to lessen what we face?
So one of the goals at NASA and NOAA and other agencies around the US and around the world is to collect information about the planet and to make it available to people around the world so they can use that to inform the decisions they're making. So at NASA, we observe the planet from above. We develop models and other applied applications that can show us what's happening around the world and how it's changing. And we try to make that data accessible to everyone so they have information about what's happening in their communities as they're making decisions.
Any surprises from this latest data in 2022?
I think as scientists, we knew that climate was warming and that 2022 was going to be among the warmest. And what we have found is it is tied for fifth warmest in the NASA records, and the last 9 years are the warmest since modern record keeping began.
Well, thank you for the continuing work there. Appreciated. Where can we learn more?
At nasa.gov/earth.
Dr. Kate Calvin, thank you for spending time with us.
Thank you for having me.